Welcome to episode 1 of Drive By Botany. Today we'll be looking at the swamp hibiscus or swamp rose mallow. Here we can see it down by the water. Looks like a big shrub from here with big white showy flowers. Here we are approaching the plant. This one's maybe about 4 feet tall. We can see it's got a bright red stem and big white showy flowers with a crimson center. And we've got usually these buds on top. The flowers grow out of the main stem alongside the leaves. They look a lot like hibiscus because they are a hibiscus. Some of the leaves have red veins on the back, as you can see here. I think these are probably the more mature leaves, but some of them do not. They have green veins, and the leaves can vary in shape a lot. Down here we see somebody's been munching on the lower ones. Here's another one. We're looking at the buds a little bit closer here. And these seed pods grow into an okra-like pod that you can eat. Sometimes the leaves are fuzzy. Sometimes they are not. The stems are always green on the inside, even though they might be red on the outside, as you can see here. Somebody's been munching on this one too, and it's got the green veins on the bottom. This one's a little bit fuzzy, but not as fuzzy as the other. And they can be really tall, up to 7 feet, but they lean, so it looks shorter. And here is a nice looking flower. I'm going to pick this and dry it and use it to make tea. Make sure there are no bugs in it, and just kind of twist it, pop it off, try to leave the bottom spot so the seed pod can still develop. You can see the flower's very pretty. It's large, a little bit ruffly. Here is one that I would not consume. Sometimes some of the leaves have this reddish mottling. I don't know if that's normal. And you can see it's got a lot of insect activity down here at the bottom, so I would just leave that one. And here, growing alongside it, we have some Carolina horse nettle. This is an interesting plant. It is poison. It's a member of the nightshade family. It's got small flowers, look a lot like tomato flowers. They can be white to pink to purple, with they're kind of droopy. They've got the yellow center. And the leaves are always a dark green, and stems usually darker than leaves. And it's thorny all the way down. You can see here there are thorns on the back of the leaves, so you don't want to just grab them, and all the way down the stem. Very pretty though, and in the fall they'll have a little yellow tomato looking thing on them. You don't want to eat those. We also have silk tree mimosa growing here. Not a true mimosa, but that's what we call it around here. Up at the top you can see it. And down here in a little inlet growing in the water, there's a really pretty purple flower. I don't know what that is. And then here we have some maturing pokeberry. You can eat those when they're younger before, you can eat the leaves before they start to turn red on those. The rest of the plant can make you sick. Here we have some Japanese honeysuckle vining up this tree. And all these like to grow around water together. You can see it's just some slow moving lake water. Here a little inlet next to a marina. There's a bunch of pokeberry growing here too. They're less mature, they're little white berries. And the big clumps of the rose mallow that we could see from the road are right here. You can see a bunch of bugs in here. You always want to make sure and knock those out before you pick any of the flowers. Just tap it and they'll usually fly away. The flowers only last 1 day, so you don't have to feel bad about picking them, because they're going to close up in the evening and then fall off. In the afternoon sometimes, bumblebees will fly into these, and there'll be 2 or 3 in each flower. They close up like this, and the bees are inside the closed flower, so before you pick any that are closed, this one's fallen, nobody's home, you want to kind of tap it, make sure nobody starts buzzing in there, because you don't want to bother the bees. And again, this was Drive By Botany. Thanks for watching, and subscribe down below to see what we drive past next.